And Lacey here along a very quiet highway 128 right now. You can see some fire crews working just back this way, and then some of the active flame on the ridge as the wind picking up out here. You can hear some of the helicopter operation place above me here on the firefight. Putah Fire burning along 128 between the dam and the Putah Creek Wildlife Area as you head toward the Putah Creek Wildlife Area. That main parking lot is between the dam and that parking lot. If you're familiar, you can see where the fire is burning here behind me. It is already charred up to the top of that ridge line, and it is pretty smoky out here. Crews have a dozer line in place right in this general area, not far from that transmission tower that you can see back on the hill. That is where crews are hoping to stop this fire. It appears to be stopping there where they want it right now, so it doesn't further to the north than it already has. So that's the very latest from here on the fire lines of the Putah Fire. The biggest challenges with this fire, wind. That wind is coming up from the south. It's that normal kind of delta breeze, but the problem is that is continuing to push this fire to the north. You can see where the fire continues to work its way down this ridge line right now, and continues to move north along Highway 128. That one of the biggest issues for fire crews today with this fire has been the shifting wind. You can see where some of the flames are just there through the trees, and then as I come this way, fire burning all along the hill, starting to creep down the hill toward the roadway as well. And then as I go further this way, heading to that northern kind of part of the fire where the fire is heading toward right now, you can see crews. They're actively working to build up that dozer line to prevent the fire from continuing to burn past that point. Cal Fire has air operations up here as well along Highway 128 working this fire that, as I record this, is at least 300 acres. I do not have a current update on the fire because I'm far away. I don't have cell service, but you can see fire activity is picking up here down toward the roadway. Fire activity on this flank here, kind of towards the south of where the main head of the fire is advancing right now. You can see it is chewing through some new grass here, heading down towards some PG&E transmission lines. I just saw another PG&E truck head up towards where that batch of fire crews is right now. And what you'll notice here, again, the wind really starting to pick up out here. And I've been out here for about a half an hour, and the wind has only picked up in intensity. And as we look up the hill here, you can actually start to see where the dozer line is, which is just kind of near the midsection of where the smoke is with this fire at this point. Crews working to strengthen and widen that dozer line right now, and as air operations work overhead, you can see where they're building another dozer line as well on this area, in this area heading up toward where PG&E has some electrical infrastructure. And then as I just kind of come back out for a wide shot here, you can see the area that is already burned in this incident, where Cal Fire planes are also working and where it is quite smoky right now. But yeah, the fire is advancing here toward Highway 128, and that is why Highway 128 has been closed in this area. After the flames move through, this is what is left behind. I am on the other side of the incident, near where this fire began, and you can see right behind me here what is left of this hillside just smoking at this point, as some of the hand crews from the California Department of Corrections are out here, and others as well, as they all work to put some of these hot spots out where some of the crews are just behind me here. What's also, I've noticed, been a problem out here today has been the rain, because when the rain does start, you might think, okay, that's great. But the issue is the smoke flames, and that just makes this firefight a little more difficult. So that's the latest from here along Highway 128. This is where the Putah Fire is inching closer and closer to Highway 128 right now. You can see some crews here trying their best to clear some of the debris around the power line so that when or if fire does make it here, it will not damage either electrical infrastructure or cause issues. You can see here they're putting some retardant right there on the power poles. But you can see here where the fire is inching its way down toward 128 right now. So that is kind of the latest here as some more crews continue to make their way up the area here. So that's the very latest. Here it looks like those crews are going to push their way through to another side of this incident. But you can see here the fire is getting hot. It is pushing down here a little bit toward the roadway here. So I myself am going to be moving to a different location so that I don't get stuck here. You can see right now the wind has just picked up, really kicking these flames up. The fire now starting to also get into that tree right there, and the flames are now really getting close to Highway 128. You can feel the heat right now, or approaching 128. I'm going to move right now. In the same spot of where I was about 2 hours ago here on the Putah Fire, you can see where the fire was more back in this direction here, but the fire, just like the wind, is pushing to the north with these delta breezes that we have today. We've also had a bit of rain that has made the firefighting operation a bit more difficult. It has actually hindered things more than it's helped. You can see where we had fire earlier, but the fire has now moved off into this direction and into this direction, where I'm now hearing that there's also a imminent structure threat in that area as this fire does continue to push towards the north. They have requested night operations for this incident. This fire is far to control, far from being contained here. As of 4:30, you can hear those helicopters. Initially, there was also some concern about the infrastructure that's just back here as well, and so that's why PG&E is out here monitoring their equipment. But this fire has burned about 400 acres as of 4:20 this afternoon. Still no containment at this time. I can tell you it was pretty sketchy driving along 128 as the flames started running down the hill. I had to get through there very quickly. So things have changed quickly out here today. These fires, as you know, can be dynamic. This again, more just kind of a hilly grass fire. See now, they're making a water drop. It's about 5 p.m. and this is a look at the fire burning in the Winters area, between Winters and here at the Monticello Dam. You can see where the fire is burning there in the center of your screen, where that char mark is, and also where some of the retardant has been laid by aircraft here. The wind is incredibly powerful, and you have to imagine that that wind only picks up in intensity as it goes back down the other side of that hill, and that's what's creating a problem for crews. Where crews have been doing here is they've been flying back here toward the lake to get that water that they so desperately need. They come fly back here to Lake Berryessa here right by the dam. You're going to see that happening right now. You're going to see one of these choppers come on through here right over the Monticello Dam and drop in to Lake Berryessa to get some water. This is not something that you as the public are going to be able to see, just because obviously the lake's been closed. But what you can see here is these helicopters have been coming in, going to that water right out of Lake Berryessa to then go fly right back over where that fire is running. And the wind up here is just ferocious right now. So you can see, it also doesn't help that there's a helicopter. You can see where they are going right now to get that water right out of Lake Berryessa here, directly in front of me, and they're going to fly then back out over the fire, and then here at Monticello Dam right now. You can see here the glory hole behind me. What's happening just beyond this fence here, I'm able to see it, and that is Putah Fire, skis and other helicopters fueling up, getting that water before then heading back over to the fire lines, which you can just see back this way right there, just over the hill right there. That is where the firefight is going on right now. You can see where some of that retardant has been dropped right in here. So I'm here again at the dam right now, where again I'm watching helicopters getting that water directly out of Lake Berryessa and then heading a couple of miles away back over to where the fire is burning. And this is something I've been watching happening here more consistently within the past few minutes, where it was helicopters coming in every 15 to 30 seconds to get water out of the lake before then heading back over to the fire lines. It's been an incredible thing to see. Back over here this way now, you can see that where the fire burned maybe a bit better from here now. You can see where that fire is burning right now, and where crews are again still trying to actively get things under control. And you can also see one of the aircraft there going through. But you can see that is where the fire's been burning for much of the afternoon. At least 360 to 400 acres at this point. That's the latest from Napa County, looking toward Yolo and Solano County. The Putah Fire continues to burn.